All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 5 of the Unhinged Ginge. So full disclosure, I do not feel good. It was a very long, happy, successful weekend celebrating the launch and all that good stuff. But I did get a little sick, and then I was trying to chill out last night, and I couldn't smoke because my throat hurt. So I was like, oh, I'll just drop some of this oil from my weed cartridge onto my food. And I dropped too much onto my food. I've been dealing with a pretty serious weed hangover today. And then Cameron told me that you exercise, weed's fat soluble, I guess. THC's fat soluble, I don't fucking know. Cameron told me that apparently when I went to the gym today to do some light cardio just to see if it would make me feel any better, I told him I started feeling really stoned again all of a sudden, and he said that it's because of that. Yeah. All right, so let's see. We left off last time. I just got divorced, left my ex, started hooking up with Terrence. We met Rayna, and I'm moving into this house with these guys that I met on Craigslist. The house that I will refer to as the birdhouse because of all the quail. And that story is coming. Excuse me for slurping and stuff. I have to be drinking this tea. My throat is icky. And I'm a little low energy, so we're gonna give it the best that we can because I'm gonna keep showing up. Sick, pot hangover, real hangover. Tuesdays are for us, baby. So we're doing it. I don't know how to drink tea without slurping it. I just get scared I'm gonna burn my tongue, so it's just how I do the things. And yeah, so I guess we might as well just get fucking started. This is like week 1 in the birdhouse. So like I had told you, I had only taken the couch, the coffee table, all of my clothes, a big collection of high heels that I had developed ever since I was with my roommate in Florida. And yeah, that was it. No bed, no nothing. Just clothes, boxes of memories, and all those shoes. So I guess my room kind of looked like probably like a divorced dad starting over, except for with a shoe fetish. Maybe a little sexier, maybe a little sluttier. I don't know. I don't feel very funny today. This is really hard. Okay. So the roommate situation, cast of characters for that house was, I'm going to change their names because I don't know them anymore. I don't know if they want to be involved in this. You know how it goes. So we're going to call one of them Harvey. He's the one who raised all the quails. So we're going to name him Harvey after Harvey Birdman. And then we had Rob. Rob was the owner of the house. We're gonna call him Rob because he had a Robert Plant vibe. He looked very Led Zeppelin. He rocked the guitar. He was an amazing musician. Super cool, very cool dude. We loved Rob. Rob was amazing. And then there was the guy on the couch, who we will call the guy on the couch because that's exactly who he was. He did not live with us, but he was really good friends with the boys, and so he slept at our house a lot. He was like the 4th roommate, basically. He was fun. He was very low key. He had this really interesting vintage swimsuit. I think it belonged to like his great grandfather or something. It was like the one in like the tank top with like the long pants. It was blue and yellow, like plaid. I don't know. It was a vibe. It was pretty cute. It was pretty chill. We just smoked weed a lot and we hung out. We drink most nights. We played this card game. We played Danish Bastard. Yeah, we didn't have cable or anything like that. So Harvey he was like the computer guy. So he would download anything we wanted to watch. A lot of Always Sunny. Watched a lot of Archer, for sure. Yeah, but it was chill for the most part. We'd like take turns cooking family dinners and stuff like that. And it was just, I liked living there. It was nice being surrounded by like good dudes for a change. They were my bros. I don't know. The house was great. I loved it. But that was something that was lucky for me to have after the fucking first impression I made. Of course, always doing the most. So my first week in that house, Rayna, also being single at this point, there was a guy, he had come to our restaurant, and she was hosting one day, she was helping out, she was filling in, and he had left his phone number, gotten her phone number, something like that. They had exchanged contact information. So she decided that she was gonna go out with this guy, even though she only like knew him for like the 3 seconds that it took for them to exchange phone numbers, because he thought she was cute. So she's like, yeah, I'm gonna meet this guy at the Handlebar. The Handlebar was our favorite fucking bar in Austin. They were incredible. All the guys had different mustaches, hence the Handlebar, and it had this upstairs like rooftop area. They had like a teeter-totter that eventually there was a sign. You ever had a rule put on a plaque and put on a wall to tell people not to do shit because you're the person who started doing the shit? I didn't even realize that was a goal of mine until I had accomplished it. Still pretty proud of that. Anyway, we really liked the Handlebar. It was a very cool space, and I loved all the bartenders, and I like to think they loved me as well. And we'll get to more of that later. And yeah, she was gonna take this dude up on his offer to take her out. So she asked me to tag along to kind of be her buffer. So I go with her to the Handlebar, and bro dude shows up. I'm hanging out, blah blah blah. This is my friend Bo, yada yada yada, and they're vibing, whatever. Everything seems fine. So he gets up to go order another round, and I told Rayna that I was gonna go downstairs so that she could have a minute with this guy. To see if she was feeling it or not. And then, because I was kind of tired, I did not feel like being out. I did not want to drink that day. I really enjoyed being at home with my roommates at this point, which was a nice change of pace from the chaotic in-betweener while I was waiting to find a place and getting divorced and just like trying to absolutely avoid being home at all costs. It was really nice to want to be somewhere and just chill the fuck out. So that was cool. So I wanted to go home. I wasn't really in the mood to go do anything crazy. So she showed with this guy. I went downstairs and sat at the downstairs bar just to wait for her answer. So she was like, yeah, give me 10, 15 minutes, I'll let you know. So she comes down a few minutes later in front of him, and she's like, okay, I'm into it. I'm totally gonna go home with this guy. And I'm like, okay, cool. So he walks up behind her, and I'm like, so what's your plan? What's going on? How are we feeling? And she's like, oh yeah, we're vibing, it's cool. What are your plans, Bo? And I'm like, oh, I'm probably just gonna order another beer and then go home. I don't much feel like being out right now. And she's like, oh, bet. He just ordered a fresh round, take my beer. I'll catch you later. So I drink her beer, and then the next thing I know, I am waking up in my car in a gas station parking lot. I remember feeling weird while I was walking to my car, but didn't think too much of it. Like I said, I wasn't really feeling super hot that day anyway. And so then, yeah, I got in my car, and then I guess, luckily, in the middle of my blackout, my body told me to pull over, and I did, and I fell asleep in the driver's seat of my car, and had my phone, like, on my chest. Like, I was trying to text someone and then just passed out. I had my window half down. I wake up to like this, like someone's knocking on my window, and I wake up, I'm like, ugh. Lights are bright, there's like fluorescent gas station lighting. It's nighttime. It was daytime when I left the bar. Like, what the fuck? What time is it? I can't even tell you because I do not remember. That was all part of the haze. But I woke up to this nice homeless guy was knocking on my window and just to check and see if I was okay. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thanks for asking, honey. He's like, do you need anything? Sorry, more tea. He was really concerned. He was very nice. And I was like, no, where am I? Where the fuck am I? And he let me know where I was. And I like pulled up the maps on my phone, which were not super great at the time. And I'm looking and I'm like, what the fuck? Turns out, I guess my autopilot had turned on in this stupor, and I started driving to Terrence's house because I'd spent so many fucking nights there leading up to me moving in with these guys, and they also lived kind of in the same direction, but you'd go left instead of right on an exit, whatever. So we were close. It was like a 10-minute drive. But yeah, so I ended up, I guess, just autopilot defaulting and going towards Terrence's house. But I didn't want to go to Terrence's house. I wanted to go to my house because I finally fucking had one. So I asked this guy who woke me up at the gas station. I'm like, hey, can you give me directions? Like, this is where I live. Because I'm like, I don't know. And my maps were being weird. I was just still in a haze. Honestly, I shouldn't have even tried to fucking drive home at that point. But this parking lot felt weird. This guy was being very like sweet and helpful, but also like, who the fuck is this guy? And I obviously just got drugged, so I'm not trusting anybody at this point. So I gave him like $5 or $10 to give me directions. And he gave me directions decent enough so that like I knew kind of where I was going. I knew once I found this one street, I would be fine. So I ended up driving myself to my house, got there, fell asleep in the car again, then woke up again and walked into my house. And there's mirrors all down this wall, this hallway wall for the living room. And the couch is right there facing the door. And I like come in like, just like banging into the walls like a fucking pinball machine. And I just slam into the fucking mirrored wall and just like, I fall into the wall, slide down, slide down the fucking mirror, and I'm like military crawling to my room because I can't even stand or walk at that point. I just needed to get to my room so I could lay on that couch and just like fucking pass the fuck out. And I did, hard. Woke up the next day, did not feel great. That was the first time I'd ever been roofied, so that was a weird one. First time, not the last time, that's for sure. But first time I got roofied, that shit was gnarly. That was scary as fuck. I really should not have driven myself home, but God, man, like the decisions we make. I tell you what. So anyway, I can't remember if like the next day I called her and told her what happened, or I went to work and we were working the same shift. I feel like we were working the same shift that day, but I don't know. But anyway, whenever I did talk to her about it, I was like, bitch, Rayna, how'd your fucking night go? Ho, how was your night? Because I drank your roofie. So I hope you had consensual sex because dude was gonna fucking drug you and fuck you anyway, monster. And she's like, oh yeah, girl, no, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. Let me fucking tell you what this dude did. So she's like, oh yeah, no, we went back to his place. He cooks me a steak. I think everything's going fine. We start fucking. And then in the middle of us fucking, he gets up, like picks Rayna up, like bloop, just moves her right off his dick so that he can go to the door and sell some fucking oxys to someone and buy some fucking crack. And because then Rayna doesn't realize what's going on. He comes back to the room. They finish fucking, go sit down at his kitchen table, and then excuse me, sorry, I'm trying so hard, guys. More tea. All right, so go sit down at his kitchen table to like chat or whatever, and he just busts out his crack pipe. Like, why not? Might as well. Fuck it. So just starts smoking crack. She's like, is this a fucking joke? Like, I gotta get out of here. I don't even know how the fuck she got home, to be totally honest with you. I don't know if her friend came and picked her up. I don't know. I will be doing an interview with her soon so that we can like kind of get both of our takes on all of these stories, because I know she'd be remembering shit that I do not, and vice versa. We'll all find out together later when we have this conversation with Rayna, because I'm sure she remembers. At least I hope she does. Anyway, I wish I could do more for you, but like, whew, I'm still in sweatpants. Obviously, like, I put on an eyebrow. That's about the best you're getting from me today. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up because I don't feel super good, and it's time for me to lay down. So yeah, we'll wrap it up with that was week 1 in the birdhouse. Hasn't even become the birdhouse yet, but yeah, I made an epic first impression, and Rayna fucked a crackhead. So we're already winning. Next week we win even bigger because I don't know about you. Have you ever sucked dick to watch SportsCenter? Yeah, didn't think so. Hootie and the Blowfish want to talk about the Dolphins making them cry. Just saying. Next week we are gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about Mitchell. Yes, Mitchell. Pervy bastard. Stuck around with that one way too long. You know, I didn't know what Snapchat was. You know how I learned? You're gonna find out next episode how I learned what Snapchat was. Anywho, in case nobody's told you lately, no matter how low you set the bar, there's always room for you to crawl under it. Always. See you next Tuesday.